All right, so yesterday we did something with the scheduler app. So I'm just going to get that loaded up here. I have the code already on desktop 2. I'll open up Chrome on desktop 1. So host 3000, it's not up right now. And then I'll have iTerm running on this side. All right, so I'm going to have two windows. First one's up here. On the number one is I'm just going to bundle install everything just to make sure. And everyone has access to this exact one. I have it in, I've shared it in deltas. So you can see right here. So this is where I'm starting from. So I bundle installed. I'm going to bundle exec rails db drop, create, migrate, and seed. Drop. Drops the entire database so it doesn't exist anymore. Create creates all the empty databases, no tables. Migrate runs through all the migration files that I have. Each migration file is supposed to do one thing, so I'm creating gyms in one file. Then I'm creating workout classes in another file. So I have a database now called Scheduler Development and Test. They both have tables in them with gyms and workout classes. And then finally, I'm going to seed the database with any dummy data that I have just to see something out on the page. So I'm going to run bundle exec Rails server. It also can be Rails S. Both of those will work on every computer. I'll just run bundle exec Rails server to be more verbose. So one side is going to be running the server, and this will kind of keep track of everything that's coming in and going out. And then this one, I'm just going to run bundle exec Rails routes, just so I can see all the routes on the screen. Wow, this is terrible. Can I make this fit? All right, is that too small for people? Is it better if I do that, or
that's fine?
That's fine? Okay. All right, so let's kind of take a look at what we've got. So we have the ability to look at all the gyms. I can view all of them. I can view one of them, so that's all the read functionality. I'm able to edit this one. I'm going to call this Baker Gym. Submit changes. So it looks like I have the ability to edit things. Let's say Baker Gym unfortunately gets bought out by LA Fitness and Deja becomes a millionaire. I can delete it, and then Baker Gym no longer exists here. So I'm able to read, update, and destroy. Let's see if I can create a gym. So let's say I want to create which one? And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, and then Mickey is the manager of Wichita Gym. So I press submit changes. I'm able to also create something. So that's one resource, and I think most people are comfortable just doing one resource. I mean, everyone did pretty well with that. All right, let's choose a random gym, gym number 5 in South Rihanna Gym.
What's the figure?
What's that? This is just a location. I just chose a random city that they generated. Now we're able to CRUD everything revolving around a gym, and where people started getting confused was the next level down. We have classes for the gyms. So the first thing we had to do for that was we looked inside of our routes. Now, when we do resources gyms, it gives us all the routes possible for CRUDing a gym in the REST API, using the best RESTful routes, meaning I can go to /gyms for all the gyms. When I go to /gym / a specific ID, it just gives me that one specific gym. This is kind of like whenever you write a check, right? There's a certain way that you write a check. And then everyone assumes that everyone understands this is the way that you write a check. Similarly, when you're writing modern web routes like this is how people expect to see things. So I expect if I have if I want to see all of a certain resource, I'm going to do / that particular resource, plural. So I have a gym resource, so when I want to see all the gyms, I'm just going to go to /gyms. So when I deal with things that are like nested like this, you can kind of see that I have, it's very similar. If you kind of like take out all this gym / gym ID, I have all the workout classes. I have workout classes / new for a new workout class. If I want to edit it, I find the ID and I put a /edit at the end, and I have all, more or less, this right-hand side here is the same as down here. But what makes it a nested resource is that it's nested within a particular gym. So a workout class exists underneath like the protection of a gym. It's like if you are, like I was watching, I got really into like nature documentaries recently as like background noise in my house when I'm like cleaning. So there's these penguins in the Arctic. Is it the Arctic? Are penguins in the North Pole or South Pole? South? Antarctica? Well, on one of the poles, there's a bunch of like, what's that? South Pole. Okay, there's a bunch of emperor penguins, right? Like if you see March of the Penguins, and they have the parents are standing over the egg just to protect it from the cold. So it's like the egg cannot exist without the parent. Like the children cannot exist without like the parent taking care of them. And in the same sense, like you would never have a workout class that exists outside of a gym. If in this particular ecosystem. And you would never have a car made outside of a manufacturer. So yeah, that's where we have this coming from. So I have gym number 5, and I'm looking at all the classes for the, I'm looking at all the classes for this particular gym. Now, you'll see that when I pull them up side by side, I have 2 controllers. One is called the gyms controller, and one is called the workout classes controller. And we know that a gym has many workout classes, and a workout class belongs to a gym. These are pretty synonymous. Like there's a lot of similarities. You don't need to do much with the show. You don't need to do much with the edit, just like we do here. Inside of when we look for all of the gyms, we can just say gym.all. But when we look for all the workout classes, remember a workout class only exists within the context of the gym. Inside of the URL, when we look for all the gyms, we have access to a gym ID. And since a workout class belongs to a gym, we can say we're finding all the workout classes where the gym ID is equal to @gym.id. Based on what I find based on what's inside of the URL here, I'm only finding the classes revolving around this particular gym ID. That's how I'm getting like specific ones for gym. Gym number 5 has like X amount of workout classes. Gym number 6 has different workout classes. Maybe gym number 2 has no workout classes. It's not interesting how that one worked out. This one only has 3. I already deleted this one, maybe 8. So like each one of them have specific workout classes that are just associated with them. So that's how I find all the workout classes just for this particular gym. So I'm able to see all of them. Then I'm able to see one specific one. And this is where it kind of got a little bit dicey because like how does this know to look for different, like how do I get all the IDs inside of this URL? So again, I'm able to see all the workout classes for a particular gym. Under that particular gym, I'm able to see one particular workout class. So I got this CrossFit workout class that's going to be from 8:17 p.m. to 9:17 p.m. Has an interesting description. So let's take a look at the show method next. Let's actually go. Where was the? Which one of these views here? Which one of these folders has the index page for all the workout classes within these 3 different folders of views? So I'm looking for the page that corresponds with this.
HTML.
Yeah, the HTML, the ERB page that corresponds with this page.
Let's expand workout classes.
Okay, let's expand workout classes.
Yeah.
All right, now which one of these many different views has the list for all of the workout classes for gym number 8?
What, just the index one? Like
Index.
you want just the list, right? Like the,
Yeah.
the UL or whatever. Yeah, that one.
It's this one, okay. So let's kind of see what we've got right here. So we have all workout classes, and then we're iterating over all the workout classes that we've found first inside the controller. And we're creating a link to the workout classes class name. That's the thing that shows up on the page. So CrossFit Yoga, and powerlifting. Now, when I look at gym workout class path, I'm passing an ID, and this is where people started to get confused. So let's take a look. Let's find where gym workout class path exists here. So gym workout class. So it looks like it's down here, and it looks like it has 2 different IDs inside of it. So it has a gym ID that you need to pass in, and it has a regular ID that goes based off of this workout class that you also need to pass in. Now, you'll notice that even though I need to pass in 2 things, I'm only passing in 1. And the reason I'm doing that is it already knows, like, I guess Rails already knows what gym ID is because I'm already at that path. I'm already at /gym/some number. So it saves that gym ID for me. So the only thing I need to provide it is what it doesn't know. Like, what is the ID of where I'm going to? If I were to take this out completely, and I refresh this page, and I go to, what? How does it know that? That's interesting. Wait, that's interesting. Wow. Is that right?
What happened?
Gym workout class path, and I don't need to pass anything?
Well, gym workout class should already have the gym and the workout. Like, it should already have the gym ID.
Yeah.
What else would you have to pass?
Well, if we are going to gym workout class, I would assume that we need to pass it. It needs to know 2 things. It needs to know the gym ID,
right,
and then the ID of the workout class you're talking about. So if I were to...
Gym workout class path already has the gym ID and the workout class ID.
Whoa.
That's interesting. I didn't actually think that was going to be a thing. So here's the index page. Let's just make sure that we're on the right page. Oop. We are mature. We're on the wrong page.
Oh, okay. So it's not magic.
It's not magic. Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense.
What is the index?
All workout classes for New Sydney. Is it because I'm cached? Interesting.
All workout classes for...
So we're in the index.
Shouldn't I be using that template for any location?
So I just changed the H1 of this just to show some other thing on there. So this should have poop screaming up on top. Let's go to a new window. It's not going in there. That's interesting. What was that?
Make sure it's Control S, just to pretty sure it's.
We did. I know it's ID.
Rails servers. Try.
That's interesting. All workout classes for...
Delete your cache.
I'm so confused by this. Maybe we'll go to Safari. I never use Safari. Localhost 3000. We'll go to North Vigil Gym. Go to all workout classes for North Vigil. Okay, there's no workout classes for North Vigil. Maybe New Sydney. All workout classes for New Sydney.
In the right folder.
I'm in the wrong folder. You see, I'm in the trash. Ah, man.
Serious?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
All right, so I figured out what was the issue. The issue is because I had like scheduler in like 4 different places, like threw some away, I re-downloaded it and stuff like that. I was actually not editing the thing. So that's some interesting troubleshooting. All right, so let's go back to the way things were. We have app, controllers, gyms, and workout. Split that into 2. And then we had views for workout classes under index. Okay. Let's just verify that this works. Yeah.
Yes. I've never been
We were just
so
saving it in the
happy.
wrong place. That's foolish.
Wait, so you can still click your ID.
What's that?
So the ID does have to be there. The ID.
We'll find out. So I just verified that we are on the right page. Poop becomes poopy. Cool. Nice.
Also, I see. There you're bringing the ID is.
So let's see what happens when I remove this ID altogether. So we'll refresh the page, and it blows up. It says no route action is all this. So it knows that the gym ID is 8 based off of the URL that's being passed in. So when we take a look at our Rails routes here, and we see that we need a particular gym ID, it already knows because it's in the URL. But it's missing an ID. So I can pass in an ID like this and say, like, you are looking for an ID. Let me tell you what that is. It's going to be workout class .id. And I refresh this page, and if I hover over each one inside of Chrome, you can kind of see it actually puts everything in there. Now, I could possibly pass in the entire class, but I'm not the entire object from the database, but I'm not sure that would work. Let's find out. It's unhappy with me. It says there's no action that matches this whole thing. I'm still missing ID, so I do need to pass an ID.
Although I wonder if you put workout,
We refresh. So this is so we've gone over, like, this is how we're supposed to read everything. So we are able to, like, read all the classes specific to one particular gym. And now we're able to see one particular class in one particular gym. So we have this CrossFit workout class. It's only allowed for 14 people. It's from 6:32 a.m. to 7:32 a.m. And then it has a description, has all this type of stuff. Now, we want to be able to edit and delete this next portion. So let's take a look at what this edit, like, how do we create this edit URL? So which one of these views is going to contain this page?
Edit workout class. Oh, edit HTML.
What's that?
Edit HTML.
Edit HTML. So I'm looking at I'm not editing yet. I'm just looking at all the stuff.
Oh, never mind.
For one particular class.
Show
So
again.
show. It's definitely going to be show. And just to verify, we have some other immature thing. Bathrooms. CrossFit bathrooms workout class. So we are definitely in the right place. Let's take a look at these. Let's take a look at all the links that we've created down here. So we have all workout classes for this gym. That's what shows up on the screen for words. And the place where it's going is the gym workout classes path. Gym workout classes. And it needs a gym ID. So I'm going to pass that in as well. I probably actually don't even need to pass in the gym because I think it knows it from the URL that it's currently on. So let's refresh this page and make sure that that works. All workout classes for this gym still works. Next, we're going to talk about this edit workout class. This edit workout class, we're going to take it to this edit workout class path, which is this URL over here. Now we need a few things. We need to pass in the gym ID, and we need to pass in the ID that we're currently talking about. I'm pretty sure we don't need to pass in a gym because it knows it from the URL that we're currently working on. And maybe we don't even need a workout class. Maybe. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's refresh this page. Does it work? It actually does. Interesting. So based on where we currently are, it has a gym ID of 8 and an ID of 3. So it knows all of these things already. I actually don't need to pass in anything. I could just take it straight there. And then finally, we have this delete workout class. So let's take a look at gym workout class path. All right, so under gym workout class, the default verb is to be a get, but we also have the ability to patch, put, and delete under the same prefix. So since we already know that we have a particular gym ID and a particular ID at the end, I can just get rid of this. I can just like overwrite the method to be delete instead. I don't need to pass anything in. So since the gym ID and the workout class ID is going to be in the URL, I can just delete this whole thing. And let's see if this works. Let's see if I can delete this workout class. Are you sure? Let's go to /3, and it's deleted. It's actually completely gone. All right, so we've done read, update, and delete for all the nested stuff so far. Let's see if we can create a new workout class for this new Sydney. And for the new one, where is the new? Where did this come from? So it'd be /index, create a new workout class. Now when I do a new workout class path, let's take a look at what we've got. I can see that it needs access to the particular gym ID. And since it's already inside of my URL, like when I click this, the ID is already in the URL, and I click this create a new workout class, I'm pretty sure I don't need to pass in anything else. Let's find out.
Probably have a before.
What's that?
Everything. Do you have a before?
I actually do have a before, but I'm not sure that is what does it for this.
Well, I mean, because you were passing in at, right, to the form.
I am passing at into the form. Oh, that is true. Yeah. We'll find out if that is really the reason afterwards. All right, so I can create a new workout class. Let's call this Mickey. Is there a particular class that you like in terms when you work out? Jumping. Okay. Jumping class. All right, so we'll be October 31st. We'll say we're going to do it from 6 to 8 p.m. for 2 hours of jumping. And the maximum number of people is 10 people. We're going to have Mickey be the instructor. Is there a description that you want to entice people with for your jumping class? Lots of trampolines. So if you take a look at the form, where is the form inside? Which one of these files includes the form? So I guess which one of the files has the new template inside of it? The new? So I go here, it says new workout class form. That's what we see up top, new workout class form. And then it says render form. So where do I find this particular form? Underscore form. What does the underscore in the front mean?
That is other places.
Yeah, it can be used as other places, and it's a partial. Those answers are both good. Now, this is where a ton of people get very, very confused. So when you do a form for, if it's a nested resource, I have to pass in the first item, that it's like the parent item, followed by the child item. I can't just do form for at workout class like we used to do for a single resource. Like it just says, I don't know what workout class's path is, because workout class's path doesn't really exist.
The weird thing is you also can't do it for, like if you want to do like new gym workout class, you could.
This one is a get. This is just for the form. So I would have to say it's for gym workout classes path or something like that.
That's still.
I don't think this one works. What's that?
That one didn't work either.
Let's find out. This one breaks. It says you can't use gym workout classes because I have to put a path at the end. Let's go back and keep just kind of doing some errors. Let's take a look at what we have got here. So jumping, I'm going to keep everything the same. 12, Mickey, trampolines. Let's see what happens when I submit this. It says that there's no route that matches post gyms 8 workout classes new. And it's because if you take a look at /gym ID /workout classes /new. /gym ID versus right there. Yeah, there's no post for this. It's just the get. So the unfortunate reality is for when you're doing stuff for a single resource, like let's say it was just for a gym, you can just do form for gym and you're done. But when you're dealing with a nested resource, you're going to have to put in square brackets at gym, which is where the parent is, and then at workout class, which is what you're trying to create.
So I try to put the path to the update in there.
Try to do path to update as well?
Yeah, I tried to path to update and then tried to because it was still doing the wrong method.
Mm-hmm.
Like I couldn't get it to, and then even when I changed a method to put, it would add edit at the end of the, it's just there's no way to do it aside from this, which is weird to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you're starting to get into the minute little details of Rails helpers. So you could definitely still just type this as a pure HTML form, and that's totally okay. This just makes it a little less typing in the end. So if you wanted to do it either for the edit or for the new, this form is going to have to say if it's a nested resource, what's its parent that has to come first, followed by what is the child that you're talking about in that particular order. So we'll refresh this page. Oh God. Jumping, 12, whatever. Submit the changes, and I have another class. I have a jumping workout class with 12 people and all of this right here. One last thing, and then I'll kind of let you all go to do the, I like your faces, Deja. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
One last thing. Alex brought this up. What happens if I take out the find gym? Is this what you're saying? Or the find workout class?
Oh no, I thought because you said that that works without passing adding to it. We're still getting that anyway.
Well, you need to pass it in no matter what, because when you go to a particular workout class, I'm still using gym.
Yeah.
Actually,
I wasn't really asking you what
okay. Yeah, you're definitely still going to want to have these before actions, because since you are dealing with a particular, actually, let me just get rid of this. What happens when I get rid of find gym? Let's find out. Okay. Index where gym ID equals. Oh, you need the gym no matter what, because you have to find all the classes.
That's the parent.
What's that?
That's the parent, right? So
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
Oh,
you have to find it ahead of time either way. Cool. All right, let me stop the recording right here, and then we'll get started on the assessment. Are there any questions on? Does this clear up things a little bit, Mickey? You just want me to stop talking? All right. Yeah. All right. We'll get started on the assessment.